So number 3, all-bearing ruler. Number 4, wonderful counselor. Number 4, wonderful counselor. You can write that in for number 4. You could write wonder counselor. Literally, that's how you could translate it. You could write extraordinary counselor, awesome counselor. And these 2 words together are maybe a little bit odd to us, right? You've been in counseling or therapy before, or at least gotten advice from somebody, right? You ever called your counselor wonderful? Like a wonder counselor? Like why does Isaiah put these 2 ideas together? For Calvin's birthday last week, or whatever it was, a couple weeks ago, I guess now, we got him an action figure. And for some unknown reason, action figures come in this like triple sealed plastic packaging with like a dozen twist ties to anchor it in. And so he gets it and he's trying to open it up, and obviously he can't. And so he eventually, after trying, what does he do? He asks for help. And I'm sitting on the couch kind of watching him do it, and so what do I do? I start with words, right? I tell him what to do, how he can open it up. And he keeps trying and he's struggling. There's just really no way that he's going to ever be able to open this thing up. And finally, the good counsel isn't enough. Words aren't enough. The word must become flesh. I've got to get down on that floor, intervene, and help him. And this is what makes Jesus wonderful. This is why we wonder at him. This is why we adore him. He didn't just give us good ideas on how to live. He didn't just tell us, here's what God says is how you need to live, and then let us fail. The word became flesh and he came down to help us. He intervened to save us. And now, if you are saved, he is the counselor to whom we bring our every problem. When we get problems, it's so common for us to just run to our friends or try to forget about it, numb our mind, or try to fix it ourselves. But he is our wonderful counselor who bids us to come to bring our troubles to him. In King Jesus are hidden all the treasures of wisdom and knowledge. Run to him. And if you don't get counsel from Jesus, if that's not something you normally do, you're going to get your counsel from somewhere. And the world is all too happy to provide it. It's happy to give you advice and worldly wisdom about how to live. The culture around us is more than delighted to tell you what to value, what to think, what's good and what's bad. And the counsel from the sinful world around us is so prevalent, we barely even notice that we are buying into it. The world is happy to pump out, be true to yourself. Don't be true to Jesus. The world around us is happy to pump out, do what makes you feel happy. Not obey Jesus and live for his glory. The world is happy to pump out, no one can tell you what's right or wrong. Not that King Jesus is the ultimate authority. Those lies, right, and there's hundreds of them. Those little bits of counsel from the world around us, right? We buy into them without even really noticing. And this makes running to Jesus all the more important. This makes seeking out the wisdom of God in the Word of God so necessary. This is why it is essential to meditate on God's truth in the Bible and bring your problems to the wonderful counselor. We're just so self-confident. We think we know how to live. We think we can kind of see through all the deceptions of sin. We are so wise in our own eyes. And how foolish. We need a wonderful counselor to get our eyes off of ourselves and to see the greatness of Jesus. We need to wonder at him. We need to adore him. And when we do, right? When we turn our eyes upon Jesus and look full in his wonderful face, then the things of this earth, they grow dim, strangely dim, in the light of his glory and grace, right? He's our wonderful counselor.